Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into one of the most anticipated gaming releases of the year. If you grew up smashing plastic bricks and solving puzzles, you know that LEGO games hold a special place in our hearts. But this time, TT Games promised us something different. Something darker, bigger, and way more ambitious. That I'm talking about LEGO Batman. Legacy of the Dark Knight. Is this just another nostalgic cash grab? Or is it truly the definitive Batman experience we've been waiting for? Well, I've spent the last week unlocking every secret, collecting every single mini-kit, and fighting crime in a brick-built Gotham. Strap in, because we need to talk about why this game changes everything. First, let's talk about what Legacy of the Dark Knight actually is. Instead of just adapting one movie or telling a single, isolated story, this game is a massive, open-world celebration of Batman's entire history. The campaign is split into distinct chapters, each paying homage to a different era of the Caped Crusader. You start in the moody, Gothic world inspired by Tim Burton's 1989 film. Then you jump into the stylized, Art Deco aesthetic of the 90s animated series, before heading into the gritty realism of the Nolan trilogy, and finally, a modern comic book universe. The writers did an incredible job here. The trademark LEGO humor is absolutely on point, filled with clever Easter eggs for hardcore DC fans, but it also respects the source material. It strikes this perfect, golden balance between a brooding superhero story and a hilarious parody. Seeing the serious, growly Dark Knight get frustrated because his Batarang got stuck in a plastic tree never gets old. Now let's get into the gameplay, because this is where the legacy aspect really shines. For years, critics have said that LEGO games are too repetitive. You just mash one button, break objects, build a bridge, and move on. Well, TT Games clearly listened. The combat system has been completely rebuilt. It borrows elements from the Arkham series, introducing a simplified counterattack mechanic, directional dodging, and actual combos. Each character feels distinct. Nightwing is fast and acrobatic. Robin uses gadget-heavy setups, and Batman is a heavy hitter who utilizes the environment. And then we have the suits. The iconic suit-swapping mechanic from the classic LEGO Batman games is back, but it's much more fluid. You don't need to find specific pads anymore. You can customize and swap your loadout on the fly. Want to switch from the electricity suit to the sonic suit mid-combo to solve a puzzle? You can do it instantly, and it keeps the pacing incredibly fast. The vehicle gameplay also got a massive upgrade. Driving the Batmobile through the streets of Gotham feels responsive, and the flying mechanics for the Batwing are the best they've ever been in a LEGO title. Speaking of the streets, let's talk about the open world. This version of Gotham City is massive, divided into several distinct boroughs. What blew me away is the atmosphere. The developers managed to make a world made of plastic bricks feel incredibly alive. Neon lights reflect off wet streets. LEGO citizens run away screaming when villains attack, and the iconic landmarks are beautifully detailed. You can explore Wayne Manor, dive deep into the Batcave, or investigate the creepy corridors of Arkham Asylum. The side quests are actually meaningful this time. Instead of just boring fetch quests, you're solving crimes using a new detective mode mechanic, tracking down hidden Riddler puzzles that require genuine thought, and stopping dynamic bank robberies happening around the city. It actually makes you feel like the world's greatest detective. Of course, it wouldn't be a LEGO game without a massive roster of characters. Legacy of the Dark Knight features over 150 playable characters. The villains steal the show here. The Joker is as chaotic and fun as ever. Harley Quinn has an incredibly fun traversal style with her giant mallet. And lesser-known villains like Killer Moth or Condiment King get their chance to shine with unique, hilarious abilities. The voice acting is phenomenal too. They brought back several legendary voice actors from past games and animated projects, which adds a huge layer of emotional weight and authenticity to the entire experience. Are there any downsides? A few. If you play on older hardware, you might experience some frame rate drops when the action gets too chaotic on screen. Also, a few of the driving challenges in the open world can have slightly frustrating camera angles, but honestly, these are minor complaints in an otherwise masterpiece at LEGO Batman. Legacy of the Dark Knight is hands down the best LEGO game ever made, and honestly, one of the best Batman games of all time. It's a perfect mix of nostalgia, upgraded gameplay, An absolute fun for both solo players and co-op duos that I am giving this game a solid 9.5 out of 10. It is an absolute must-play. But hey, those are just my thoughts. What do you think about the new combat system? And which Batman era was your favorite to play through? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, smash that like button, subscribe for more gaming content, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
Come on! Is this really necessary?
Hold on. Wait here.
How do I turn this thing down? Ow!
Hey, careful with that. It's an antique, just like its owner.
Oi, cheeky.
Keep it. It suits you. Maybe you should practice a bit before you take it out in public. My computer's on the upper level, but we need to access that elevator to reach it.
There's got to be something in all this junk that'll get it open. This thing packs a punch. Doubt this one opens.
This is just what we need. Nice. Let's head up and see if we can figure out what's in this bear. Not the tool we're looking for. We need to get the power back on to run our analysis.
Good. I can barely see a thing.